504, standing in the name of the member for KIAMA.
Mr Acting Speaker.
I call the member for KIAMA.
Thank you, Mr Acting Speaker. I move that this House 1 thanks the Minister for Disability Services and Ageing for visiting the KIAMA electorate. 2. Congratulates Riding for the Disabled, KIAMA Downs, for its work and support for people with disabilities. 3. Commends the Minister on the grant to Riding for the Disabled to upgrade its facilities. Can I also, before I start, Mr Acting Speaker, acknowledge some friends of mine that are in the gallery here today? Can I acknowledge a group from KIAMA Scouts, Colin Booth. Now, I'm going to try with these names, Mr Acting Speaker, Gillanette Boster, Emmerich Bozard, and of course Greg Wilson, who are all from KIAMA, and they're visiting Parliament today, and they have a number of students with them that are on exchange, and I thank them for coming to the Parliament of New South Wales and being here today. In fact, Greg bid for the opportunity to be here in an auction at a KIAMA Scouts. Sorry, it was Colin bid for the prize to be here at an auction to support KIAMA Scouts held recently at the KIAMA Pavilion. So thank you very much for your support of KIAMA Scouts. On the 14th of February 2013, I was very pleased to join with my good friend, the former Minister for Ageing and Disability Services, Andrew Constance, to present a cheque for $11,000 to Cameron Nethercliffe, coordinator of the Illawarra Riding for the Disabled Centre in KIAMA. This visit was to inspect and upgrade to an amenity facilities at the centre. Having seen the facilities both before and after this money had been spent, I can assure you that this upgrade was very much needed. Then on Monday the 27th of May this year, I was also delighted to revisit the centre to present another cheque for $6,640 to Illawarra Riding for the Disabled to replace its maintenance equipment shed. Mr Acting Speaker, this particular grant came from the Community Building Partnerships Program, and I'm very, very pleased that that money could be provided for such a good cause. Riding for the Disabled New South Wales is a volunteer organisation providing equine-assisted activities for people with disabilities to develop and enhance their abilities. Carmen and her large team of volunteers at the Illawarra Riding for the Disabled provided tremendous services for those disabled people who attend their riding classes each week. RDA New South Wales Illawarra started with the support of KIAMA Council on the 27th of November 1981 with about 15 members. With no venue of their own, they used a local pony club ground and borrowed horses. It operated 1 day a week and had 6 riders. Only 1 week later, it was bombarded with about 50 or 60 riders, and as they say, the rest was history. The centre has had its own grounds now of 27 acres since 1987, with over 100 acres on lease, and now operates 4 days per week. Its riders range from primary school students through to adult riders. The Illawarra covers an area between Helensburgh and Giroa and west to Picton. As RDA expanded, so too is the name for RDA New South Wales KIAMA, to RDA New South Wales KIAMA in Illawarra Centre, and then to RDA New South Wales Illawarra in 2008. Volunteer helpers are always needed. You don't need horse knowledge or training because this is provided. There are many jobs for those people who do not like or feel comfortable around horses, such as helping in the kitchen or around the gardens and paddocks. I'd like to acknowledge the following people involved with the club. Of course, the vivacious and effervescent Carmen Nethercliffe, Club Secretary and Coach. Alicia and Kirsten, Jamie and Naomi Parker. Justin Porsche, Rachel Sanderson, who will be training to be a coach. Denise Tozer is the Vice President of Illawarra Riding for the Disabled, and her husband Gary Tozer, and Norm Power and daughter Rita, who have been coming to RDA Illawarra for 22 years. Treasurer Sue Pratt, who is the club's treasurer and also its coach. Taking the Tuesday class each week, volunteers Samantha and Jennifer Plum, Ashley Crompton, Linda Pullen, who is also the president of RDA Illawarra, and her son Justin Pullen, who is training to be a coach. Kirsten Hallbrook, Kylie Harding, Nicole Sheedy, who is also doing her community service with RDA Illawarra, Duke of Edinburgh Award, Alex Stone, who is a volunteer on Saturday mornings helping with these classes. Kerry Southwell, who is a volunteer, Sarah McIlden, who is a young volunteer and local Rilla High School student, and other volunteers, Bridie Dawns, Sharon Cooper and Kaimi Curry. Can I take this opportunity to encourage members of the House who have a Riding for the Disabled facility to visit it, to get to know its members and the fantastic work that it does. Prior to entering this place, I wasn't aware of the work they did. I was invited about 1.5 years ago to attend a fundraiser for Riding for the Disabled, and seeing the video presentations, the delight on the faces of those people that had the benefit to be part of Riding for the Disabled. I could see that this was something that needed support. Can I acknowledge the former member for Shellharbour, and I acknowledge my friend the member for Shellharbour in this place, Lily McMahon. Lily was a great supporter of riding for the disabled, and even still at their facilities they have a letter that Lily wrote to them following a function that she attended. She was a great supporter, and I acknowledge. You should take some of your own advice. I acknowledge also just be quiet. I acknowledge also her assistance in that respect. Members, the Illawarra is a diverse place. We have a great riding for the disabled facility. I know my great friend, the member for Hawkesbury and the Parliamentary Secretary, has also been a huge supporter of riding for the disabled. I know that all members of this House have supported people with disabilities, and I was delighted to see the bipartisan support we've seen through the National Disability Insurance Scheme that has been both sides of the House instigating, supporting and encouraging people with disabilities. This facility does exactly that. It provides people with disabilities an opportunity to enjoy something that they would not be able to normally enjoy because of their condition or ability. And these types of organisations provide that unique experience, and I believe it's something that is worthy of support. The Minister has indicated his support when he was Minister for Disability Services, and I'll certainly be seeking more support for riding for the disabled. I note, Mr Acting Speaker, that they are also seeking a further upgrade of their facilities, similar to the facilities in Ryde, where there's been significant investments from both the state and federal government to assist to upgrade those facilities to provide undercover areas for their riders. This is a great initiative. This is a great initiative. I advise all members of the House that I'm a strong supporter of riding for the disabled, having seen their great work. I commend the volunteers, those people who spend hours assisting people with disabilities, training, looking after the grounds and looking after the animals involved. I thank members of the House for considering this motion. I commend the motion to the House.